Hey lovely, it's Vanya here, the founder of the Happiness Boutique. Thank you so much for being here with me today. May I ask you something? I have a very important question to ask you. What is going on in your life that you never ever have time for anything? Why don't you have time to take a break? Why don't you have time to take a nap? Why don't you have time to go for a walk or go to the gym or go to your favorite class? Why don't you have time to cook or go shopping or sit down on the table and enjoy your meal? Why don't you have time to go and grab a coffee? Why don't you have time to take care for yourself? Why don't you have time to read a book, listen to music, or go to the movies? Why don't you have time to go to the beach, watch the sunset, or dance in the rain? Why don't you have time for the things you like doing? Why don't you have time to travel, to go on a vacation, or out of town for the weekend? Why don't you have time to do the things that makes you happy? Why don't you have time for the things that make you feel you? What is happening in your life that you don't have time for whatever, blank? What or who is stopping you from having time? What or who is stealing your time? We always find time for the most important things. Today, tomorrow, in a week, in a month, or 2, or 3, maybe in a year. We always find time for the things we want in our life. I'm sure you know that. So what do you want in your life? How do you spend your time right now? And how would you like to spend your time? Is there a difference? When my coach asked me to imagine my perfect day in my perfect life, I don't see myself doing something so much different than whatever I'm doing right now. I imagine myself doing it more, of course, than I would do it right now, but it's the same. Is it the same for you? What are you focusing on? On what you're lacking or on what you're gonna create in your life? I'm challenging you to find time this week. And I know it's hard. And answer these questions. Answer them for yourself. In order to create change in your life, you have to find time to be honest with yourself. And this is your chance.